if you'd like to see how I transformed this white jar into this gray jar, keep watching. So yesterday, this was the little container that I painted with the gray chalk paint. It's just a plain little white container a little bit. And I'm going to start putting some dot art on this guy. Now because this is gray, I've chosen maybe 3 or 4 different colors that I'm going to use on this. So I got my hubby to purchase some of these from the $2.50 store. And I mixed some of the black paint in here. And I mixed it with some Floetrol to thin it out. You can also use water. You'll see I have one here. I have acrylic paint, plus Floetrol, and I have 1:3 ratio. That basically means that if I put let's say 1 spoonful of paint, then I then add 3 spoonfuls of Floetrol. So that's the 1:3. 1 of this, 3 of those. Whether it be 1 of these, 3 of water, 1 of these, 3 of Floetrol, whatever. So they're in here and they keep really well. And I have other colors. I've mixed a dark gray like that. I have a white. The white's right here. And I have a gold. So it was very important for me when I did it to actually put these labels on and then put some Mod Podge on top of it so I can tell exactly what's in here. I didn't want to have a whole lot of random bottles. So I've gone ahead and put some of the paint and Floetrol in these are like the little cups that you have at the dentist or in your bathroom if you're fancy, to wash or gargle your mouth out after you brush your teeth. So I mixed the dark shade of gray, I don't know if you can see that, with the black. And then this is the lighter shade, or the blue-gray that was thick in here. A little bit of Floetrol. And I just have some white. So put these here. And here's some of my tools that I'll be using. I have this fat, or thick I should say, thick glue stick. And sometimes if I want a big dot, I would use this end. I have a thin one. I have an actual dotting tool that I got from my sister that has 2 different sizes on each end. Sometimes I'll use an eraser from a pencil, or I have these little Q-tips that I put Mod Podge or glue and let them dry, so then I can reuse them and they won't leave all the fluff inside the paint tray or container. But on the other side of these glue sticks, I have some pins. I don't know if you can see these. So I stick these in the side, and these actually work very well as a dotting tool as well. Just dip them in and make a dot. So this is going to be pretty random because I just am using this as an example, and I really don't mind too much if it gets messed up. So I'm going to do some little dotting patterns and come back to show you what it looks like. I'm going to start with the big end. So here's my black. Dip it in. I'm going to try to put it right there in the center. Here we go. And wipe it off. Wipe it off before you move on. The next color I think I shall use is going to be the gray. Which gray? The blue gray. Then I'm going to take the blue gray up top and one down below. So it's 12 o'clock and this is 6 o'clock. And this is going to be 9 o'clock. And this is 3. Then I'm going to be up. Next one, I'm going to take the dark gray and raise the pin on the dark gray. I'm going to take some white. Okay. Continuing on with some little white dots in between. Done. Like close up, you can see all the little mistakes in the run-ins and such. But take it back further away, it's not as noticeable. Whatever. I can fix a lot of this afterwards. When it's dry, I can add more, I can take off more, I can cover it up. But I'm going to use my heat gun to help it along when it's drying. And most of the issues I had was it was with the white. And I do recognize that when I did this white and I was doing the art project with the Floetrol, that I felt that I needed some more paint because it was quite runny. And I think I was right, because the ones that actually fell or dripped were the white ones. It was spread, I should say, look. It was the white. So you have to make sure before you start all this that you have the consistency that is gonna help you the most. So I'm gonna leave this to dry for a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do some cleanups on aisle 7. Closer it is, you can see the imperfections, but nevertheless. And I'm moving on to the rim of the top now. And I'm making some little designs like that. I guess they look like little flower petals going around the outside. And I'll try to do this one. And then put one dot in the middle. As you go around, there's less paint on the dotting tool, so it makes it smaller. I've already got the middle dot right there. So then I go, okay, let me see that way around. One. I had initially done around the rim. Then I decided, okay, well, there's still some blank gray space down there, so maybe I'll make another row. So I just went underneath that dot, put a dot here, and maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, or 3, depending on how much space I had between each of them. This is how it started to look. So I dip it in once. There you go. Start right underneath this dot here, and go in diagonal that way. I realized I made it all the way around. Look at that. I'm gonna get a glass of this. Oh, it's too sharp. I can leave it to dry without fear of anything running. If it's dry now, so just about finished. A little plastic container, and I'm quite happy with it. It's very cute. These jars are very inexpensive too. You can get like packs of 12 or 20 online for a couple bucks. I mean, I think these are very cute for presents or for cotton balls for facial cleaning. You can put hand sanitizer in here, you can put lotions, you can put a whole lot of range of stuff in here. Or you can use it as a gift box for Christmas. When I was using the white paint with the Floetrol, I have to be careful because Floetrol thins it out, so it starts to run in whichever direction it's leaning towards. So that's why I use my heat gun. It's a mini one, it's right here. And I think I got this from Amazon. If I can find the picture, I can insert it. Maybe like $13, $14, I think, for this. And I use it so when I am doing something that has bubbles on it, or a lot of paint that I want to stay in one location, it makes it look like a little gel coating, and that helps to keep the paint where it's supposed to be and not let it run off the side. It also for this little horsey. I have all these little horses that someone had given us. I don't know how many years ago. Use what you got. So I was doing this one. I painted it black, and then I just used the same dotting tools that I used for my little jar, and some of the. This is a beautiful paint called. Is it called Peacock? Yeah, Peacock Pearl, and it's a metallic paint, so it has a little bit of a shine to it, and that's what I used here. I just used this one dot here, dotting tool, dipped in the white to make these ones. So when you're doing this and you want it a little bit bigger, you dip it right in, put that in, put the dot down like so. If you want it bigger, you just do another one on top of it. So basically I just put the white dots on my little horsey guy, and then use the other dotting tool, wherever that is. I just had it, it's camouflage, just to put the metallic dots around it. So I might add this to my black and white wall upstairs. The reason I use the metallic Peacock Pearls because I have some photo frames or artwork that's black and white but might have some accents of teal in it. So to bring it all in, I'll stick this on the wall somewhere so that it ties it all together. So here's a final look at my little gray jar and my horses that I completed. Thanks for watching and see you next time.